This is If My People Bible Reading, part 130. We're in the book of Ezekiel, and we're going to take a intermediate break. So get on your thinking caps, shepherds. This is the crux of the Bible study that you must rightfully divide and pray on. And when you get a response from the Ruach through the Father in the Word that we're reading, I would appreciate hearing from you. All right. This is going to be interesting. So we'll go into the PowerPoint. All right. All right, here we go. Rightfully divide the word and comments what you're about to see and hear as we reveal what is plainly in the Bible. This is a huge comment statement from Yahweh. The end is revealed in the beginning, and that came from written in Isaiah 46 and 1. I think it's 46:1. Yeah. That's important. And Isaiah is somewhere in the middle of the Bible, but the end is revealed in the beginning, written. So let's take it for a fact that Yahweh knows what he's talking about. So we go to having read the book of Job first, as I've instructed. The book of Job reveals that there's an earth with a Yahweh, an almighty, powerful God, Hasatan, as the adversary, and opinionated men are everywhere. Everybody's got an opinion. Now do you understand, or beginning to understand what I mean by the Torah is in that tree of the knowledge, not good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. That's the key point. The knowledge of good and evil. That's not an evil thing as taught by so many Christian and Orthodox Judaism. I mean, come on. Read the words. So we go to the end, and we say, in the book of Revelation of Yeshua, it's an apocalypse. So part 1 in Revelation 21:1, the earth is destroyed. And that actually ends the third earth age. The third earth age is where we are now. It's messed up bad. It's going to be destroyed at the end of the millennium. Why is that done? Well, let's go to Genesis. It takes us to the beginnings. The end is revealed in the beginning. So, number 1, the earth is created. And in 1:1, just in 1:1, it's made by Yahweh, so it's perfect. The first earth age. The earth became chaotic. It became corrupted in 1:2. Our comment, Hasatan's first actions as rebellion, adversary. Now, does that means that Hasatan, who could have been in charge of the earth or having control power of the air? Oh, I think the Bible says it's something about the power of the air and of the ability to control earthly matters with adversarial evil things. I think it says that, doesn't it? So we go to 2 on Revelation. Hasatan's last rebellion. Kind of see a pattern going here. Adversary destroyed post-millennium. Adversary is destroyed at the end of the millennium. End of the millennium. Okay. Not the beginning and not before the in the tribulation days. All right. The sun, the moon, the stars are for earth's government. Genesis 1:14-16. This is the second earth age. What happens here? As we'll explain, the first earth age, this earth age could be billions of years old. We don't know, but it appears to be by simply looking at the dirt in the ground and the change of the earth and the skies and watching the movement of the stars and how far they're going and how far they go in 1 light year. This earth and heavens have been here a long, long time. So we're saying this, begin to think this, but The world believes that, the Christian world believes that Yahweh made the heaven and earth and everything in 6 literal 24-hour earth days. We say this. We don't have a problem with it. Okay, hang on. Number 3, how does it end in Revelation? The sun, the moon, the stars connected with earth's judgment. There's judgment coming out of it. And what does that mean? Let's skip down to 4. Well, for one thing, there's no sun anymore at the end of the millennium after the great white throne. For the new heaven and the new earth, the supernatural earth, not this earth. It's destroyed. It's burned away. All corruptive DNA destroyed. That is not in heaven, and it has been renewed by Yeshua. We'll continue on. Let's go back to Genesis 4. The sun is needed to govern the day. Revelation, forever and ever and ever, there is no sun needed to take care of earth. The light comes from the Father and the Son, doesn't it? Number 5 on Genesis. Darkness is called light. Darkness is called night. Hasatan separated from light as his Lucifer name is erased. Lucifer, lucent, light bearer. And he takes 1/3 of heaven, fallen ones, and also lose their first estate for sin. Well, what happens in Revelation? There is no night there. Lucifer, the Hasatan, the adversary, the darkness, all one personage. Yahweh Elohim will give light forever and ever. There's your 4th earth age. First one, second one, third one begins later on, and then it ends at the end of the millennium, and then the 4th one, the forever earth age. The forever earth begins. Number 6, the waters are called seas. Now this is a good one. Think. Waters become salty due to chaos, transformation, and healing. Volcanoes and things in the air, things polluted by man, things created in the last hundreds of millions of years. The pure waters which existed on this earth everywhere have become salted waters. Well, what does that mean? Why is salty waters so important for humans? Because salt purifies. No more sea in Revelation. There is no need to have the salt which had covered the earth. It's no longer needed for constant purification. We better check our time, see how we're doing. We're at 8 minutes, so we're doing okay. All right, hang in there. The earth is billions of years old, and the earth was created, first restoration, in 6 days. No problem with billions of years old, no problem with 6 earth days. Not when you read all of this, not when you soak it in. Number 7, a river from earth's blessing. This is right out of Genesis. Pure water is necessary for terra life living. A river from the new earth. This is Revelation. The pure living waters provide healing. It is important. Yahweh made rivers to keep pure. Yahweh told Adam and Eve to tend the garden, tend the era, tend the earth. And he meant every word of it. One of his first commands, one of his first Torah commands that lasts forever, that yes, we are under. Number 8, man in Yahweh's image. Man was made in Yahweh's image. Revelation, how does it end? Man headed by Satan's image. Got some problems coming there. Number 9, Yahweh's tree of knowledge of good and evil. Listen up. Yahweh's tree of knowledge of good and evil. A Torah. Knowledge is Torah. Forbidden to be known. Yahweh said, don't get involved in this. We did. So we've been living under law of anybody's. Yahweh's law, Satan's law, the earth's law, government's law, county law. All of it is now falling apart, isn't it? It's corrupted by Hasatan's speech and deception, lies, half-truths. So now the second earth age is becoming corrupted. Number 9, development end of sin. All that's going away. Those who hear and obey since time began rightfully divide the word, knowing between Hasatan's leaven and the living Torah, Yeshua, the Old and the New Covenant Torah, both old and new. Number 10, cursed is pronounced, beginning of sin for all living matter and mankind through Hasatan and demonic forces as they are marooned on earth until total destruction and the earth is burned to nothingness. No more curses. There is found no knowledge of good and evil, a tree. It's gone in the final heaven. It's never mentioned. The living tree, yes it is. Yeshua will write a perfect Torah in our hearts, our temples. The 1050 Torah commands, the new covenant point the way. Death entered. Death entered. No living thing will escape this earth with earthly bodies. We're not going to take any part of this current earth to the new heaven. It's going to be all burned. All souls must be redeemed from Yahweh's love. Everything's conditional on hearing and obeying the word and calling upon Yeshua for salvation, for eternal life as the bride. And that cherubim in the book of Genesis keep mankind away from that which is holy. There's a reason for it. We're not purified yet. You cannot enter anything close to Yahweh without being purified. Revelation, no more death. Redemption is complete for all mankind who call upon the name of Adonai. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is absent, as is observed the tree of life, Yeshua being present as the groom of his redeemed. Cherubim draw the redeemed to that which is Kadosh. Sorry for being so slow. Now, we're only half done. There's going to be 2 parts to this. Listen to what I'm said, because this Bible, I've got this in the back of the Bible. It's right there. It's in the back appendix. So you can read it for those who want a Bible. Most people do everything online. They just don't have time, and I understand that. But I just enjoy reading the Word, and once you get into it, you can't put it down. And this is profound, I would say. There's not many of me. I would say we're in the thousands worldwide. And there's only about a dozen or so who understand where we are with it. The word does say in the last days, knowledge will be increased. That's good and not bad knowledge. So we say to you, test everything we say, test everything, rightfully divide the word, pray about it. And you can go to any believer after that. You can go to any shepherd and have incredible conversations, because we don't follow any man-made plans and all that stuff that just does not exist in the Bible and was never meant to exist. As Yahweh said, I never wanted a wilderness temple. I never wanted a temple. I never wanted a Nehemiah temple. I never wanted Solomon's beautiful temple. I never wanted, especially those who were in charge, Herod's temple. Sanhedrin, the Pharisees, the Sadducees. I mean, are you kidding me? The Hasmonean Empire. What a disaster Yeshua saw. And that's why he wasn't too impressed when he was going in and around Herod's temple. He was usually in the porch of Solomon. He was usually in the court of the Gentiles. He was usually around the temple area, around in Jerusalem, around in the cities. He spent most of his time either in up north at Gennesaret, Galilee, or the land of the Ephraimites, or north of Judah. Didn't he? He always spent most of his time north. We're going to get into that in the next reading. His time that his home was in Capernaum, Nazareth. And he may well have had other homes, such as visiting faraway places where they sell tin, because he had some family members who were seafarers. Yeshua was very good at sleeping in boats. If you ever noticed, he fell asleep in a big storm. Does that sound familiar? The book of, you know what I'm talking about. So we'll see at the next one. Listen to what I've said. You may have to watch this again.